Hi everybody, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Wednesday, sir.
Happy Wednesday. PJ, you had such a cognizant comment before we went live.
What was that?
About the 4th of July.
Oh.
It's the only national holiday that we actually call it by its month and its date.
Well, some people do.
Everything else has a name. Thanksgiving is called Thanksgiving. It's not called November, whatever date it falls on day.
I call it Independence Day.
Okay. So then, PJ, you keep calling it Independence Day. And if you guys prefer to call it 4th of July, that's okay too. But why did it end up that way? That's very interesting.
I don't know.
Now, there's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
But everything else.
There's no December 25th day.
No December 25th day.
Although there is Juneteenth, but that's close to 19th. And it's kind of fray over the 19 word. Yeah.
But you guys tuned in to have us talk about cars, didn't you?
Red, white, and blue cars.
Red, white, and blue cars. We've got a ton of red cars here.
Yeah, there's red cars all over the garage, Chris.
That's right. We've got the Ford GT right there. We've got this 69 GTO Judge.
What color red is this again?
Matador.
Matador
Olay.
Red. Ah, there we go.
If you missed the show yesterday, by the way, someone texted me on my phone about 9:30 last night. They said, love the episode. I said, thank you. They had my personal cell phone number.
Good deal.
Red, we got the two Cadillacs there, red.
Red, yeah, a lot of red.
White, we got the two Cadillacs, two Corvettes that are ending.
Corvettes, white, yep.
That's ending on July 8th.
Blue is a very rare
Blue's
color
tough.
in the garage.
Last year we had more blues. This year
Yeah, we had the T-Rex.
we've got the Dark Horse blue.
Yeah, what color is that, Chris?
Ember blue?
Amber blue?
Ember
Okay.
blue.
I'll give you that. It's
Or
not
is
like
it vapor blue? It's one of the two.
Not like the petty blue in the back there.
And there you can see the petty blue over on the Charger Hellcat as well. So we do have red, white, and blue here in the garage.
And you're not going to be here tomorrow, so we're going to do a Fire It Up today, right?
Are we?
I think so.
Well, you have to talk me into it. Let's go back to the GTO. So if you missed the show yesterday, we talked all about it, about how incredible this car is. Top-of-the-line restoration on it. Ram Air Judge, rare color, Matador red, 4-speed, of course. Got that big spoiler on the back. Undoubtedly the most iconic Pontiac ever made. No offense to the Bandit Trans Am. This has a whole lot more power than the Bandit Trans Am years, too, like nearly twice as much. But that's another story. We were also talking yesterday about the inspiration for the name, The Judge, and that John DeLorean, who was the general manager of Pontiac at the time, years before he came out with a DMC 12, the Gullwing car that was in Back to the Future. John was a big fan of Laugh-In, and there was a skit on there with Sammy Davis Jr. playing The Judge. Well, we were able to find a compilation. It's about 47 seconds. So perhaps you don't remember this, but this is where the name The Judge came from. Roll 'em, PJ.
When the judge looked mean, there's devil to pay. Everybody going to jail today, 'cause here comes the judge. Swear to tell the truth, then you better come clean, 'cause here comes the judge, and he look mighty mean. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Lock the door, hide the key. The judge is coming, he's coming for thee. Tap your toes, jump and shout. Here come the judge, let it all hang out.
And there it is, Chris.
There it is. John DeLorean loved those skits with Sammy Davis Jr. so much on Laugh-In. And if today you don't kind of get what the whole Laugh-In thing was about, listen, the 60s were its own special time, right? And it was an extremely popular show. As popular today as, oh, what's a popular show? I don't know.
Probably Saturday Night Live. We kind of like that sketch comedy that
Yeah.
people understand.
So, and they ran for several years, and that's where The Judge came from. PJ, who's out there today?
Dennis says, I watched that as a kid. Everyone remembers Here Comes the Judge.
Here comes The Judge.
Kathy says, one of the few shows kids and parents love to watch together, laughing.
That's right.
Larry West said those were the days, and those were the cars back in the days, right?
Those were the cars back in the day.
Yeah.
That's right. And Laugh-In, of course, predated the Judge. John DeLorean saw the skits, and then he decided to name this one.
Roger says 12 miles to the gallon.
12 miles to the gallon. That's right. Big 400 cubic inch V8 power from the boys in Pontiac, Michigan.
So the Judge got its name from that.
That's correct.
And we are here today.
We're here today.
2025, talking about the Judge.
The Judge, and this is the grand prize of our brand new GTO Dream giveaway. It launched yesterday on July 1st. Okay, so I think it's only appropriate if I'm going to fire something up today, and I'm out tomorrow, we're all off on Friday, and then, of course, the weekend. So I won't see you guys until Monday. It has to be something red, it has to be something white, or it has to be something blue. Okay, any suggestions?
Want to do the white Corvette?
Yeah, why don't we do that all-wheel drive car?
Okay.
Let's do that.
I love this pair, Chris.
It's a great pair.
I love the way, I think there was an email that went out about these two, and it showed the tops of the driving, the steering wheels in both of them side by side. It was pretty impressive.
It's neat. This, of course, a convertible car, 2025. 10-year difference between the two. That's a 2015 over here. This one, more horsepower, but this is the first all-wheel drive Corvette produced in, 73 years of Corvette history?
Chris, there's really not a lot of change in 10 years. I mean, yes, there's a lot of going on in the car.
Well,
but the outside looks pretty impressive.
There's an engine there. There's no engine there. That's a pretty big change.
It is a big change.
Oh, let's get on in.
All right.
All right, let's see. We've got some keys sitting in this baby.
Okay, so the C8's got the big wall of air conditioning.
That's correct. I hear they're toning this down for 2026. Next year, we'll see if that's actually the case. And what's neat about this one is that there's a stealth mode. So let's say you live in a condo association. We don't want loud sounds past 10 p.m. You ever hear that? So you can put it in stealth mode, and it propels off of this little electrical assist thing, and you don't hear any sound. So if you're sneaking in late at night, it's a great trick.
Well, speaking of not hearing any sound, Joseph says, hey, let's start the other one also. Kind of more of a joke, right? Because that doesn't really make a sound. No,
it'll make a sound because we won't have it in stealth mode. And no, we're just going to do one today. Let me go ahead and... Whoa! That worked out. PJ, I got to show you a couple things if you come up. Come and get a look in there. You can see that it's running off of the V8 right now. You can see that indicator right there that says V8. It'll also tell you what's happening with that E all-wheel drive, whether it's discharge, whether it's slow or high on that. And
it does say hybrid battery right there.
Correct. So you got 91 miles in the hybrid battery. You've got 159 miles on the gas. And you look at this. Look at that tack. So why is it redlining at 4,500 RPM? I have the answer to that. And the reason is, look at that, 104 degrees. I thought it was reading the outside temperature. The reason it's doing that is that it's under 500 miles. General Motors doesn't want you going heavy during the first 500 miles for warranty. So after it hits 500, literally, boom, your red line will change from 4,500 up to about maybe 6,700.
Pretty wild.
In fact, that happened to Lori on a drive on the black Z06. She was coming back from Gainesville from the big event up there, the race, and people were passing her. Then all of a sudden, she hit 500 miles, and vroom, nobody was passing.
Mike Brown wants to know, where is the hybrid drive battery on this Vet?
I think it's under here. Somewhere up here. I think it's right under here somewhere.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Can't beat a hybrid. You can't beat a hybrid, Chris. It's pretty impressive.
Well, and on a performance car like this, these are expensive. They're like $130,000 plus to get one. And to think that, for a $25 donation or $100 donation or whatever, you could be the winner of
Both of them, right? It's not just
Corvettes.
one here. We're talking both, Chris.
Right. And I like the white with the red. It's very classic, very iconic.
I do like the white with the red. The
Right.
red interior is really nice. Not stating that the interior on the black.
Nothing wrong with that
That's
interior.
right. It's beautiful.
And by the way, this is a removable target top. Maybe next week we'll take that top off for you guys to see. So happy Independence Day weekend, everybody. And that PJ's smiling because I didn't call it the 4th of July. You guys have a great time. Celebrate your independence from the mother country.
That's right. Right there.
And remember all the servicemen. I know it's not Memorial Day weekend, but our service members who have given the ultimate sacrifice. And if you know a service member, please thank them for their service. We will see you guys on Monday with more great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes, and happy Independence Day. It only happens right here in our favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage.
See you next time.